Hi, welcome to part 2 of the LTS podcast. Remember, these podcasts are posted, the audio version at least, are posted every Tuesday of the week, unless otherwise told. And there's a video portion of this podcast that is on YouTube. So if you'd like to follow that one, follow the links in the description. So, see you then. Marcos out.
Hey, this is Life, Tech, and Sundry. Join Alan, Marcos, and Josue, the hosts of LTS. Follow us at LT Sundry on Twitter, LTS.pod on Instagram, Life, Tech, and Sundry on YouTube, and all your favorite podcast distribution services. Stay frosty.
No, it's not indifference. That would be horrible. It would be a better service to a person to look for these individuals that would probably add a net positive to you than just listen to this hype beast, clickbait type of information.
Spam.
Exactly, going back to spam. That's not really going to add anything good to you and just give you a skewed way of looking at things and make you feel a weird way about how to interact with a lot of other subjects that you have to confront in your actual life. Yeah. That's where I look at it. It's like, damn, bro, we have so many smart people in the world
but not everyone has the same kind of platform as the nuts. So,
well, no, but I think we don't give people enough credit to think that they're smart enough to look for these people. And again, I'm not saying that there aren't, people that are kind of messed up, but at the same time, it's like, bro, we can shoot off a list of people that we think that would add a positive to people's lives because they speak about subjects that are not only influential and would be positive for the lives, but it actually gives you information that would be helpful for the subject matters in your actual life that would help you go and so you can make better decisions in your life. Like
in the sense of consuming content.
Of course, yeah. But also that content, a lot of times people want to put it into action in their own lives.
Which there's a big like whatchamacallit, like a big separation that I feel like everyone should be always aware of, even though it's content and it fits into your custom algorithm of whether you're consuming TikTok or whatever. There's nothing compared to somebody actually being there and helping you guide you through your custom situation, like a role model, if you will, an actual IRL role model.
That's why I'm a big proponent of having father figures in your home,
even if it's not like your actual father, like a figure. No.
This is why I'm a proponent of people that have kids. If you're a father, stay with your kids. That's the whole reason why I think a lot of these youngins have that situation where they don't have that father figure in their life and they look around for someone to fill that void in their life. And when they find a Monsieur Tate or a Monsieur Logan, they tend to think that whatever they're doing,
on, if you will, hard.
Yeah, they tend to observe what they're doing and think that that's the way to get from 0 to 100, and either with money or clout or whatever the case is, and they think they have to be or do the most outlandish things or say the most absurd things in order for them to get attention and for them to make a name for themselves, instead of putting in the work and being a productive person in society. And this is the reason why it's like we go back to that TikTok situation with Gen Z, where it's like people doing all these weird ass challenges that could lead you to death.
Part of the thing, if you will, like the cinnamon challenge, the ice bucket challenge,
right?
I don't know, something from stealing something, like kleptomania challenge, whatever.
Or drink Clorox or kiss the toilet seat or whatever the case is. And it's like
it's dumb, but the stance behind it is that I'm dumb, or they're dumb, so I follow them because we're all dumb. Something to be with the group, which the source is that you want to belong with somebody in a squad, if you will.
Right. There's that type of aspect of it. underlying aspect of it. And I mean, it could be a lot more broader or a lot more specific. And I mean, you have smart people, and again, we can rattle off a list of people that we probably listen to or watch that are a lot smarter than us, that are a lot more educated than us, and would probably be helpful for other people to listen to them. But again, you're gonna listen to what you want to listen to, because I know not everyone is, my age, and not everyone is your age or younger or older than us, right? So everybody's gonna want to listen to something different, and I think that's the nice thing about the internet, where you have a bunch of different people that will speak, and a lot of people that will listen, and that's a good thing, I guess, getting those ideas out, and you critically thinking about being selective about who you're going to listen to. And unfortunately, again, going back to this aspect of when you don't have a parent or parents in your household that are telling you, listen, right, it's like, hey, listen, don't listen to that. How about you listen to this? Showing them what's what while they're still young, so that when they grow up a little bit older, they'll have a better intuition about what they should actually listen to, or what consumption of what type of content is better for them, because not everything is good for them, and there's a lot of crap out there.
Or to be able to have a filter of understanding what's entertainment, what's actually useful for you, at least to be able to develop a filter.
And to distinguish between that and one thing and another. That's basically what I think. As far as that goes, because again, I think you were mentioning that you don't like Tate, and again, my question to you would be,
I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying, based on what your reaction was when you mentioned him, and I asked, have you listened to him before? And you said no. Well, what I've heard,
the clips, if
right. And again, that's why I would say no, I haven't listened to him, but the snippets and the clips I've listened to him, I can give you this response, is that there's certain things that he says are very truthful, but I don't agree 100% with everything he says.
With the clips that I heard, I don't agree. Obviously, this implies that I need to give him my time, and that's a whole different line for content consumption, which, everyone's free to do whatever they want with content consumption or creating, like us right now, and you, dear listener.
Right.
And thank you, listener, for joining, giving us your time. And what else?
Definitely.
What else? Yeah, like for example, this happened to me recently, and I don't know if this is PG or it's kosher. Dang it, it was about ethics, and it kept me thinking, something about ethics. What is ethics to you, Alan?
Ethics, like a code of ethics?
No. Okay. What does ethic mean? Though, I guess ethics. What does it mean to you?
Like ethical, like what's right or what's correct to do.
Well, what's okay? What it means to you? Like morals is like what's a differentiator between right and wrong, a certain standard. And I thought let's see. Hey Google, what does ethics mean?
Ethics has two different meanings. Starting with the most common one, ethics can be used as a noun to mean moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. Is that the meaning you were looking for?
No.
Got it. Finally, ethics can be used as a noun to mean the branch of knowledge that deals with moral principles, as in, neither metaphysics nor ethics is the home of religion. Do you want to hear how ethics is?
So basically they go down to morals. I'm like, what? And so, hey Google, what does morals mean?
Morals has two different meanings. Starting with the most common one, moral can be used as a noun to mean a lesson, especially one concerning what is right or prudent, that can be derived from a story, a piece of information, or an experience. Is that the meaning you had in mind?
No.
Got it. Finally, morals can be used as a noun to mean a person's standards of behavior or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. Do you want?
So a beliefs, standard of beliefs, that is what's right and wrong, or being gained via short stories, personal experiences, basically from other people. And I was saying that like ethics about that, and then I was at work, right? And the lawyer was saying like, you know, that ethics change depending on time. And I was like, well, I forgot what the context we were talking about, but he was just sipping his coffee, you know, we're listening to it, and he was saying that ethics changes over time. Okay, in an example, back in the 1500s or 1400s, it was considered normal, ethical, for example, the Queen of England, to chop off your head if you disagreed with her. She had the final say. It was ethically right. People would disagree with it or something like that, but it was ethically correct.
Yes, I disagree.
So I was like thinking, like an example with using your role models.
I think that's misleading. I think it was politically correct that it was done, but it was ethically and morally wrong.
Ethics and morals are synonyms, though.
Right. That's what I meant.
Using the word morals for ethics is like saying, oh, I use ethics as to explain my morals.
The reason why I say is because they're intertwined.
Yeah.
You don't get a list or an outline of ethics without a moral foundation. But your moral foundation is coming from somewhere to begin with, and to your point, you said it was a lesson, but these lessons come from somewhere. And I think Jordan Peterson said it the best when he was with Joe Rogan. Right? Yeah, I like ice cream. When he was explaining how the Bible is that backbone, the foundation of all morals, that have been expanded about around the world, because this is where you get, even in our Western society, you still come into contact with the 10 Commandments that are still being held to somewhat that higher authority of what we are not supposed to do and what we are supposed to do. And the U.S. government took a lot of that and placed it into the Constitution.
Yeah, the lessons gained from them.
Right. So that's why I said, yeah, the Queen of England or France or Spain or whatever monarch wanted to take off someone's head. Yeah, that was politically correct to do because that's the political norm. But that's not morally right. And ethically speaking,
with our point of view,
it's not ethical to kill someone just to kill them because of a whim or a desire. Right, because that's not correct.
On this time frame.
So wait, real quick, guys.
Yes.
I'd like some context, because I have, you see here, some sense to put in.
You gotta put your piece.
So wait, please, because I know I've been gone for a while, so please, some context.
So we were just talking about how in there was a TED Talk in Japan with a Gundam rider in a specific prefecture, and he was saying that
Gundam Wing?
Yeah, no Gundam. Just Gundam manga writer. His name, it doesn't matter, but the prefecture in Japan, right, was that it was in Kanagawa Prefecture in Japan. He was an opener for a TED Talk, and he was addressing the younger generation that we need I chose this. He was using himself as what he drew inspiration to write the Gundam universe and his part, and he was emphasizing on the younger kids, on the young ones, to say, please, invest in STEM, invest in art, in culture, please, to improve our nation, our prefecture specifically in that case. And we were saying that Al and I were conversing that he was basically viewed as what's the word? Not a
communist?
No, not political.
Socialist?
No.
Not political.
Like an icon, an idol, if you will, an idol of a content. And then we jumped into other idols that are online that are idolized for good or bad reasons. For example, Logan or Tate. And then we went to that long story about idols and how, role models, and how it's a glaring understanding that that there's a lack in individual people's existence of role models, may that be a father figure or a role model, and this group of people, community of people, start doing crazy stuff like investing or spending their money into the stuff that Tate or Logan does, or in general, like the cinnamon challenge or the ice bucket challenge, or doing crazier and crazier things because they want to be part of something, even if it's not good for you. And
Well, I want to emphasize that Logan and Tate are two people that have very different ideologies. Some people might say they have similar. I feel like me personally, I feel like Tate is more of an extremist type of viewpoint. And in some ways, Logan is also, but like he's trying to be more neutral nowadays because he doesn't want to be shined in a bad light. But yeah, continue, Marcos.
And we were saying that basically, like whatchamacallit, having different role models. There's content, remember, there again with the ease of access of internet, it's a double-edged sword. You can get Alan was saying, you can get beautiful knowledge, glean knowledge from different content information, and also there can be crap. And it's a double-sided sword of the internet.
No, not double-sided, double-edged. Marcos.
Double-edged, double-sided, double-edged. How many sides does a sword have? I'm losing myself. Forget about it. And I was saying that whatchamacallit.
Well, I guess to address, like, I think the internet has now shifted to like
clips.
Celebrities. No. Celebrities can be made on the internet, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing mostly because who is this celebrity or idol, as you call it, Marcos, as well?
I was gonna say synonym.
So here's the thing: celebrities and idols have a different life than we do, and whereas, like, number one, they have to be careful with what's out there about them, because number one, they have to worry about their image. So
that's their brand. What
they say can be just scripted. It doesn't have to be them. And they have, like, I think most people, like, now in to like Hollywood and the internet, is like everyone is trying to be discreet role model for everyone, because it's true. It's like, you see YouTubers and they're supposed to be painted as like picture perfect people,
Instagram models,
because any signs of imperfection, that's gonna plummet your views, because like, who wants to see a person with problems?
That's too
it's
real.
like superheroes, right? Superheroes are in that light. Look at Superman. Superman is the invincible
man of steel.
Man of steel. Nothing can penetrate him. There's kryptonite, but that's like, that's another thing.
Other stuff.
Yeah. The only superhero we see that work where it's a superhero with problems is Spider-Man and Batman, where Spider-Man was literally made for this reason, whereas like, even Stan Lee has said it himself. He's like, I didn't want Spider-Man to be your picture perfect teenager, he's your typical, shucks, professor, me. Like, no, like, he has serious problems. He lost his uncle right there, and then right there was the start of his hero's journey.
Him wearing a suit, so you can relate.
And we've seen his struggle throughout the years of, him struggling his work balance, his work and life balance. He can't. It's either he has to save someone or he'll spend time with his family. And for the most part, he's always trying to be the greater good, because, with great power comes great responsibility. But look at his social life.
Which one?
Almost nothing.
Yeah,
exactly. So coming back to celebrities in real life, they have to show themselves as this picture perfect person, because if not, they're not really popular. Look at some celebrities in the past. What happens to them? They're either, some of them go through the route of being a drug addict and then slowly but surely killing themselves, or letting the stress build up and then ending themselves, which is unfortunate.
There's a I don't know if it's a website that tracks famous people, quote, like you say, famous or people that died at 23. That like they became super famous and then died at 23. Like, just chose not to continue, for whatever reason. And
this is where I'm going for. It's like, whenever you're trying to achieve perfection, you can't. You'll forever struggle to be there, or you'll die trying. And for the most part, most people have died trying. And this is the sad reality, is like, for kids trying to, like, this is the one thing that kids should probably, you don't tell kids, but celebrities don't have a private life. If they're out there as themselves, there's some paparazzi in the corner be like, oh, I gotta catch him in the I am Spintex the paparazzi. You know, just like trying to capture them when they trip and fall.
There's a whole business on this.
You know, to me, it's like, this is why I say to people, it's like, I don't want to be rich, I don't want to be famous, because I don't want to lose that. I like my privacy.
Wait a minute. Pause. Rich? No to rich. No to richness.
Well, yeah, because like, then that's another thing. But anyway, I don't want like people to like, my time is my time is precious to me. When I'm by myself, that's me. It could either be watching anime, playing video games, whatever. I enjoy the fact that I know that I can come back to that. And celebrities, for the most part, don't. I mean, that's why a lot of celebrities, when they're younger, they don't pursue that same career when they're older. Like, look at the Sweet Life and Zack and Cody twins, right?
Yeah. One
did continue his acting career, and now he's really famous. But the other one went on his own thing. He's just as happy. So I feel like this is the thing people often overlook, and they don't sit down and be like, okay, this is an actual thing where like, if I become famous, I lose my personal life, I lose my privacy. And to be honest, you do. It's Marcos, you're lagging a little bit, but Marcos?
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So again, you like, it's almost like you're signing your life away in blood. Where like, no matter what you do, you're gonna, like, if you do get famous, just know that your privacy gone.
Okay. The thing that I was saying though is like, again, with you become an idol, or whatchamacallit, the whole thing of don't clip that. Like, now that's becoming pretty popular in certain groups of people, and that's like a vocabulary. But what I'm trying to say is that ethics, and more like some people using idols, if you will, and younger generations gain with the lack of proper IRL or actual father figures or role models to start and implanting them with the strong base at a younger age. Since they have the ability to go into the internet, they imprint whatever they get from clips that could be scripted, that could be not so good. They develop a personality with whatever they're watching from the internet, the younger generations. And that, as a personal observation, is that parents, guardians should be more proactive on that, to try to implant them on IRL morals or ethics. And I was talking with my boss this week, as of the recording.
Yes.
And one of the lawyers was saying, just as a reference, just a heads up, ethics and morals is a shifting thing depending on the times. So a lot of ethics could be gleamed on, like, for example, killing people is bad, but for what the reason could be political, could be as a punishment, could be whatever.
But I think that's a problem, that at least morality shouldn't be different.
But the thing that he wanted to point out, and that we went through the definition, ethics is a subset of rules of set of morals. What is morals? Morals is a subset of ethics. So I'm like, what's the difference between each both?
So here's the thing. So like, I have the definitions right here.
Yeah.
Ethics is the moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity, versus morals,
like regulations,
is concerned with the principles and right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character. So here's my argument, is if we start changing morality, that's when things start going way offline.
They've always been changing though.
I think this is where I came in, where Alan said, like, the Bible, that hasn't changed. Not really. I mean, the sense of like we all can agree that killing is wrong, right?
For the wrong reason. Yes.
No. But like, killing is wrong.
Murder, yeah.
Yeah, murder essentially.
Murder,
is
yeah,
wrong.
specifically murder.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we have to differentiate. Capital punishment is different from actual killing, assassinating somebody.
Or
Yeah.
cattle slaughter.
There's a difference.
So, and this is here my issue. Once we start seeing changes in morality, that's when it's like, okay, something is wrong.
Mhm.
Because, and that's what we're seeing nowadays, is that some people want to change morality.
They want to input their own
redefining-
thingy.
Well, I mean, yes, but they're trying to redefine what is good and what is bad. And that's where like a lot of arguments today start. It's like, this
Right.
is why you don't bring up, politics and that stuff in
Or
an
gender
argument,
politics.
because there's obviously going to be an argument.
Mhm.
And like for me personally, ethics is something. So it's like for me saying ethics is a child of morality. So if morality changes, in a sense, ethics will change as well. But if ethics changes, that doesn't mean morality has to,
Or
if that makes
that
sense.
it will.
or that it will. Yeah. Because
I
ethics,
remember
I feel like
wanting
ethics is like something like malleable, or something that's not set in stone, versus morality is. Morality has to be set in stone, because if it's not, then the foundation of everything will be wrong.
An example. There you go. We were listening to C-SPAN, or a C-SPAN, yeah, and there was somebody going up to I think Congress, and they were talking about not representation in genders. I think it was that, and then like the reasoning that they gave to them is that their grounds for explanation was ethics, that it's not ethically right to not have equal representation for all different genders. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna be very complicated. They're using ethics, which again you said can be malleable. And
Yeah.
so that's a very spicy, that's why we're talking with my boss and I about the concept of ethics, and trying to use it as a reason that there should be representation of genders, of whatever
Well,
gender
for
there
me,
is.
I feel like that's where like
They're trying to input their own standards.
No, but here's the thing. That's the thing, is like that's kind of weird about the government, is like the separation between religion and state has some good foundations of it, but at the same time, I feel like you also lose some morality of it, because if that's the case,
the
it's
bedrock?
like, yeah, because in that case, you can say that if we make a valid argument into why murder is okay, then see, like me assuming that like the argument is valid enough where everyone can agree on, then they can make something like murder legal. In a sense, they can overturn something and then boom, like that's gone, and now murder is okay. So it's like, for me, it's
a rocket road, man.
it's like, to me, it's like, it's way too shifting, and that's the problem, is that like we have no foundation, and it's like we have to have this foundation. It's like, I get where like, things change and we have to be adaptable. It's like, yes, but we also have to be rooted into something, because if we're not
Understand where
rooted
we're
into
from.
something,
Understand where the principles,
Yeah.
to have a solid principles that you can inspect those bases at a later time and question them and give your idea of what's better as a suggestion, and then everyone should peer review it and agree on it. Like classic democracy in that sense for the morals, but it's very complicated. I don't have a proper answer right now for that.
no, yeah. And like my answer could be wrong too, because
So
I mean,
come
who
on.
even knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
it's
that's
like, I
what
feel like if we don't have that like, to
everything
put your
that
roots
everyone
into
can agree
something.
upon. Everyone can agree upon
Yeah.
certain standards. Yeah.
Because like, to be honest, that's like where I swear I see a lot of arguments come from, is like, like for example, is hot dog a sandwich? Well, no, because of XYZ. And they're like, well, ABC says this, and it's like, I know like that's a ridiculous thing to compare
but
it
it's
to,
a good thing.
but it's like that's kind of where all the arguments start from. Is like, we don't have a solid foundation of some stuff, and in that case, that allows a lot of scary things to happen.
An example, the one that we were talking about, like, what if you thought about like the guy in Congress was saying, what do you suggest? And the person that was saying that was giving their piece on representation and genders, they were saying, I don't have a solution, I know that there's just a problem right now. And then the guy's like, basically the guy in Congress like, you don't have a suggestion, but you just recognize that there's a problem. Yes. So why don't you give an idea? I don't have one. I only have the complaint.
But I think that's stemmed from a sense of cowardice, of that they don't want to say what they actually think because they're going to be pegged as
they're going to be wrong somewhere.
They would be pegged as an insensitive person that doesn't take in consideration other people's feelings, when to be honest, it's like, it's not about how other people feel. It's like giving an objective, answer of, no, this is what it is. It's been like this forever. And for us to think that we have some sort of authority to actually change it just because of how a small group of people feel, not because it's real, just because they feel it, doesn't make it actually right. So they don't want to stir the pot.
No, but they are stirring the pot. The thing is, I'm okay with them stirring it, but I want a suggestion at least. Not only them just complaining about it.
They're not stirring the pot. They're putting down the ingredients.
Right.
What?
And of course, though, that's a very political answer. They understand that there's a problem, and they don't want to give the actual remedy. They rather beat around the bush in order for it to kind of kick the can down the road.
Spending money unnecessarily.
Well, of course, but that's how, unfortunately, it's going to be done until someone has the balls to actually, stand firm and say, no, this is what it is. And it's a person of influence and power that says, you know what, and it might as well be the president in that sense, in that category of what they're doing, to do that sort of stand. But up till now, our active president right now isn't that type of person, and rather,
he's not worrying about
a different route.
Yeah, he's not worrying about genders at the moment.
Well, he says a lot of flowery things, but nothing of any great significance at the moment. But I'll tell you this, Marcos, because I know that it seems a little long-winded, this part of the convo, but what Josue was saying is absolutely true, bro. It's like the foundation of our morals is stemmed from, and again, I would encourage people to watch the episode, the last episode that Joe Rogan was interviewing Jordan Peterson as a focal point to getting some sort of information that is a third party, that's not from a religious aspect. Because a lot of people like to mention, oh, well, that's because it's religious. Well, all right, now you have a actual doctor, psychologist telling you from a third party that's not from a religious point of view that, yeah, it is stemming from the actual Bible, not because it's a religious aspect that he's going through, just because it's an objective truth that he's going through. And now I can go down the road of an actual religious aspect, but it would probably not give people too much to think about, because not everybody wants to hear it in that aspect. And it's a shame, because people should be more enticed to actually listen to that in that aspect, the religious aspect of it.
I mean, they could be a different religion, probably.
Well, that's the thing. The difference here, or to differentiate the thing, is that understanding that even though even though there's the Bible, it makes it clear that it's not a religion, it's a relationship with Jesus Christ, because that's what it's all pointing down to. But a lot of people don't want to take that in consideration, because they don't want to own up to the fact that the reason why they would need to go through Jesus is because he said it himself. No one goes to the Father if not through him. And
question.
Yeah.
My only I want to say nick that I want to pick is that they say like, oh, in order, you can read the Bible and all those things, but you have to go to classes to better, like, can't you just with other people that have also read the Bible and saying like you guys and all those things, the family members, all those things, like, get better understanding? Like, there's some saying that in order to better interpret the Bible, you got to go to classes. What do you think? Like, they have to go with a certified person, if you will.
Oh, I think a lot of people have that misconception where they want to just read the Bible as a storybook, and it's like you get something out of it if you just read it as a storybook, but you also get another aspect out of it if you actually treat it like actual textbook of ethics and morals, of
There's classes for
rules
that.
and rules and regulations. Absolutely, it's not like, would you preach algebra to somebody or would you teach algebra to
No,
somebody?
thank you. By choice, no.
Well, again, but there's a distinction between preaching algebra and teaching algebra is what I'm getting at.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, no, dang it. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I
Right.
didn't think about that.
Right. So it kind of like you sort of kind of get the notion of like, wow, is it actual religion or is it actual relationship? Once you start getting through the thick of it with understanding it's not a religious aspect of it, it's actual relationship aspect of it.
It's a chat
Things
box.
start. Yeah, it's something that's a lot more authentic, a lot more transparent, and you get the hang of it a lot better. But not a lot of people want to go through that step because they think or they feel that they have to give up certain things, and that's on you. That's not on anybody else. But again, but shifting away from that, just to clear this point up, understanding that for our government originally was made to be a republic with aspects of democracy, because a democracy in reality is just mob rule, and you can look this up yourself.
Majority mob, yeah.
Yeah. So when the I guess you could say the minority majority is the one that is in control of everything. That's a scary thing, just what Josue said, because now they can make 2 + 2 = fish.
And the separation of church and state. Yeah, that's what he
the
was saying.
separation of church and state, there's positives and negatives to that, and I think Josue mentioned it before, where that to a certain extent that's a good thing, because you don't want people overstepping their boundaries. You don't want to give again the minority majority in a religious aspect to have the most say, because sometimes that's not the best way about going through things in an actual.
There's actually countries that follow that rule, and it's not so good right now.
Right, and not to ruffle any feathers, but I mean, you can mention whatever country. I don't think any country has done it better than the U.S. up till now. But again, going back to the point where the foundation, the bedrock of moral principles, where we derive our ethics or way of thinking, is the Bible. There's no way around it. That's what it is. And if we start straying away from it, then we start ending up with the crap that we see nowadays. And it's
a lot of, yes, I agree. I'm just trying to further.
I mean, you can try to add 2-3 other aspects to it, but we have to, like, if we're gonna actually get down to the nitty gritty of it, if we're gonna start talking about how, the forefathers, even though they were deists, not really religious in the aspect of taking in consideration the Bible, but they understood at least the fundamental fact that without the moral principles of the Bible, without a God that they have to adhere to, they understood that getting their idea off the ground wouldn't be possible. So this is the reason why they have the bedrock or the moral basis of the Bible as the founding document, or part of the document that they derived the inspiration to get the Constitution off the ground. And again,
the thing that another thing that happened in that story, a judge came by and they were saying a lot of the things that the government does tries to be more innocent.
Wait. Just before that.
Yeah.
I think we should probably start doing the final points for this one.
Okay.
Maybe
Anime?
we could start doing. No, I'm saying like we could do the final points of this, and then and then anime.
Okay. Thank you for keeping us on point. The whole thing that the judge came by also listening to the whole thing about the ethics changing with time, and you guys further explained to me that morals and all those things. He was saying that a lot of the times, like when they separate, like government specifically, is trying to be more pragmatic than ethical. And I'm like, isn't that bad though? what's their objective to be pragmatic for? You got to think about that. I'm not going to give you the answer he was saying. Just got to think why, like a lot of the times, why are they more pragmatic? Politics, economy, all those things is a combination of both. And they're like, that's his experience. He was saying that a lot of the times it's a lot of pragmatism and obviously a lot of spicing on their own benefits in politics. But generally, you'd hope so that they're more pragmatic. And that's what he's been observing throughout his life. And it's like very scary. You're like, okay, what's pragmatism? In my head, I always kept my...
Well, you would associate that with something positive because it's like...
scary though.
It's less red tape, but at the same time, it's like depending on where that person's moral compass is, it could be scary. And you're right. But
it's pragmatism in the sense like Fate Stay Night. The thing with the boats, how many people you have to kill to save the certain amount of people in the boats. I'm like, wait a minute. And this is my example, and it's a bad example right off the top of my head, relating it to anime. Like, what's the line? And like, it's very shifting. Like, it's so worrisome.
Well, again, I think one of the points or the perspectives you can take is like, what can we do in order for us not to end up in that situation to begin with having to make that decision, right? So just to make the long story short, I think that the further and further away we're moving or we're pushing away from the morals that we were founded on, the more and more problems we're going to end up having to try to deal with in the long run. And that ultimately will be the downfall of any one person or any one country. And yeah, bro, I mean, I wouldn't lose too much sleep over it.
I just wanted to chat it.
No, yeah, just know that ultimately is what's happening, and it's self-evident in the things that are going around us.
It's evident with the generations, moment. the fresher
right.
I like my sleep.
Amen. Amen.
So do I.
And with that, let's go with the anime moment. Where's the anime song? Who's gonna put in the anime song?
Don't you have it?
Not on deck. I was just too distracted. Hold up.
I got you. There you go.
Wait, which one is it? 5? I'm gonna go 5.
One more thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the
やれやれだぜ。 Yes. G.
Cool.
Anime time.
Oh man.
Oh no.
So
Jose's like, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
So are you guys hyped for the new season rolling out with the? I guess I'm not. I didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. The new Kuma Bear anime.
Come on,
I'm lying.
Miss me with that, Alan. Miss me.
No. So I think I did list it before, but I think I didn't list it all of it. I think right now, as of this recording, they're like, hold up. They're like 4 or 5 episodes in. Some of the 6. Damn. They're going at it.
Which one?
And well, that
Let me guess. Oshinoko?
No, Hell's Paradise.
Oh, Hell's Paradise. Okay.
I
thought.
But
Well, can you
let
guess
me
mine
tell
though?
you the anime that I'm most hyped about.
Which one?
Demon Slayer.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Oh, okay.
Kimetsu no Yaiba. Swordsmith
Yaibas.
Village.
All the Yaibas, yes.
With the Swordsmith Village, because now we get to learn more about Yoruichi. And finally,
Oh,
man,
yes.
man was a menace in the shadows, and now we get to learn more of him. Maybe not everything, but they finally glimpsed more into into it. I guess like this is a spoiler for the first 2 episodes, give or take.
Spoiler incoming. Warning. You've been
They
warned.
have and this is already animated. They have Tanjiro training. I wish it was longer. They had Tanjiro training with the Yoruichi doll, and the person who owned it, he was like, I don't know who this person is, but this person was from 300 years ago, and this guy was so good, he needed 6 arms, the doll that he was fighting with, to just mimic what he can do, and not all the way.
Come again?
that's
Can you repeat
crazy.
that again, please?
The person that was making this like training doll, in the image of Yuraichi. In order for the doll to move like Yuraichi, he needed 6 arms to move like him
That sounds
perfectly.
wild.
And no,
I'm like,
imitating it, not even perfect.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, imitating it. He wasn't exactly as the doll is not as strong as Yuraichi. He probably it's not even moving as fast as him. But I mean, it was like a good training doll to have, and it wasn't meant to like. I think the doll is meant to move forever or until it breaks.
Oh wow.
So-
But it's already 300 years old. It's gonna break.
Yeah, and I guess like the final spoiler is that Tanjiro does break the doll,
Oh, nice.
and then you see the sword. And I'm not gonna say what the sword is, but the sword is like ancient.
Ah, yes, the ancient.
But yo,
one.
the best part is the relationship between Tanjiro and his swordsmith.
Oh,
Yo, this guy is always like, every time Tanjiro breaks his sword, this guy is like, he like starts getting mad. He's like, how dare you? I'm gonna murder you. And then now we see
funny.
in the swordsmith arc, this guy got jacked. This guy looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He looked like Masaroshi when he gets hyped.
This guy, I'm like, dang, he's all obviously.
That's awesome, bro.
He's all natty.
I need to watch that.
Also,
oh yeah, go.
we met the rest of the upper ranks. So we met Upper Moon 1, 2, 3, 4, and we didn't meet the person who's gonna replace 5 yet, but we met them. And I'm like, damn, like
that's crazy.
I like the voice actor for number 1 and 3. I'm like, dang, they had to pull out all the stuff. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And it's funny because like even them, they're like the top dogs, and it's like they still pale in comparison to Muzan.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Muzan is that much of a menace.
Muzan came down with his presence. He's like, you know why I brought you over here? One of you guys messed up. That's not good. He's like, and like I forgot, I think it's Akaza who came in. He's like, man, how long has it been since we came together like this? It's been a few hundred, either like 100 or a few hundred years.
These are the monsters, the
demons. Yeah. The upper moons are the top 5 strongest demons.
Yeah.
And they're like, I think each step is like exponentially more bigger. And it's like you finally see Upper Moon 1, who's like always been referenced, and like you see him with the 6 eyes. I'm like, dang. But yeah, my man's looking clean. And then Muzan, he's like, so one of you guys messed up, and he's like, oh shoot, who did it? And I like how he's like, I always knew Gyutaro was being held back by his sister, but he just had to bring him along.
The one that died recently in the last season?
The one where they got their heads chopped off.
Yeah.
So there's like, and I think he did mention the replacement, or that they're replacing number 5. I don't know who yet. Well, I know, but
he was he was number 5.
Yeah, Gyutaro, not the sister. The sister, I forgot what number. I think she was like 6, but that makes her Laura Moon.
Nice.
Oh, I see.
So, and then we get to see Tanjiro training again with the fire dance.
Remember that time host Alan, have you seen last season of Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer?
Yeah, I still need to catch up with this new season. So everything up until now I'm good with.
Yeah.
I just need this new season.
Remember that part when he's fighting against the sister, and he can't make it to fight against her. He's running out of breath, and then like he stops breathing. He's like, he just moves super fast. Like, what was that? Like, and then like one of the ghosts of his sister something says, breathe. And like,
I see.
He just starts breathing. Like, what was that?
When this guy became a menace to
that dude.
His movement was so good that it made her remember Yuraichi through Muzan cells, even though she never met the guy. I'm like, dang.
That's how powerful it was.
Who? Yura what? Urameshi?
Yuraichi.
Okay. Okay.
Well, yeah. So it's like, so good.
Yo, have you guys watched at all the new Dr. Stone?
Yes, I have.
I haven't started.
Yes, I have.
What about the In Another World with My Smartphone?
Season 2?
I only watched the first episode.
I have not.
But have you guys heard of Oshi no Ko?
Yes.
Because I didn't start watching that either. I've only been watching TikTok.
Yeah, people have been are hyping it up to be like the next greatest thing since sliced bread, bro. What's up?
I don't know. I just remember the scene where the two babies are just going ham.
What's
Like,
this? Can you
supporting
give me
her
this?
mom.
I'm
What's
looking at the
the-
one where it's like the mom died or something like that, and it's super
Yeah.
sad, and it's better than the actual manga or something like
What's
that.
the story about? Can you give me like the
When a
syntax?
pregnant young starlet appears in Guro Amemiya's countryside medical clinic, the doctor takes it upon himself to safely and securely deliver Ai Hoshino's child so she can make a scandal-free return to the stage. But no good deed goes unpunished. On the eve of her delivery, he finds himself slain at the hands of Ai's deluded stalker and is subsequently reborn as Ai's child, Aquamarine Hoshino. The glitz
What do
and
you mean
glamour
by
of
that?
showbiz hide the dark underbelly of the entertainment industry, threatening to dull the shine of his favorite star. Can he help his new mother rise to the top of the charts? And what will he do when unthinkable disaster strikes?
Yes.
So I think that's the mentioning of his mother's death.
Right.
But I think something better than this is...
The Konosuba spinoff?
Oh, no.
That's a
I
good
didn't watch
one.
that either. No, I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too.
Oh yeah. I was looking at it, but I haven't watched the first episode. I've only watched the first episode of the. I got reincarnated for the second time.
Oh, in another world? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that one too.
Re-isekai, if you will.
The re-isekai one.
But what's it called? So this one is a chance to come back. A mysterious door stands open, inviting a boy who's been brutally bullied all his life to take a courageous step forward onto the unknown. On the other side, he finds a horde of priceless artifacts in a world as filled with magic as it was with monsters, with the most shocking revelation.
There's a caveat.
However,
Yes.
it is that he can bring whatever he wants back with him when he returns to Earth. It won't be long before this double life changes him forever.
Sounds like the
Again,
girl.
I got a cheat skill in another world that became unrivaled in the real world too.
Sounds like the one that the
yes.
girl can translate the skills into another world and get it for gold. I want to retire or something like that in my early 30s.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I finished watching that one. That was really good.
Oh yeah, here's the summoning to another world for a second time.
Re-isekai.
Setsu was once summoned into the alternate world of Eckler. Eckler, where he ended a war between humans, beastmen, and demons and brought peace to the land. He was hailed as the king. Hero. Hiro, who
He is
achieved
him.
world peace, surpassing all racial barriers for the first time. But after the war, he was sent back to his original world. Though he had to restart as a baby, he retained all his memories and powers from the other world. Then, when he made it back to high school age, he was once again summoned to Eckler, where 5 years had passed and the war threatened the land again.
5 years?
Yeah.
When he became a teenager, he went through like 10 years as a baby and everything. The fuck?
Or what about my love story with Yamada-kun at level 999?
What? I've never
Can you
heard of that
repeat
one.
that?
My love story with Yamada-kun at level 999.
This is an isekai, isn't it?
No. Akine Konoshita, female college student, faces the absolute worst situation when she ends up breaking up with her boyfriend after he has an affair with a woman he met playing on an online game. When
SAO.
revealing her stress by rampaging through the open hunting grounds of an online game, Akine spills everything about her heartbreak to Yamada, a player she met by chance who happens to be in the same guild. I don't care, is this her reply. But when Akane gets a makeover and joins an offline event to get back at her ex-boyfriend, she hears those dreadful words again. And that was Akane's fearful encounter with Yamada.
Oh, it's a comedy romance is what it's tagged as.
And what else
Is
was
it
I
good?
watching?
Josue, have you watched
I watched
it?
the first episode and it was pretty good. I was meaning to watch the rest.
Okay. So,
I like the scene where she's like, please, help me. I'll give you this coupon.
oh, nice. What about you mentioned it before, Josue. I think you said Hell's Paradise, or was it
Yeah.
Martial Magic and Muscles?
That's the one. Yeah, I was thinking. I was over here.
Oh, well, they're both here too as well.
Isn't
Which
it a
one do you
manhwa
want to
though,
know?
Mashal?
I don't know. Maybe.
I remember Mashal from 2016 or 2016. Josue and I
Also,
would,
the legendary hero is dead is also one, right?
Oh,
the
yeah, that
Ancient
one-
Magus Bride.
that one's season 2, isn't it? I already heard that one.
No, it's
before.
like season 3, isn't it?
Oh, season 3.
Tony-
Okay.
Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that again.
What's it called? Kamikatsu, Working for God.
The
God in a
aristocrats'
godless
otherworldly
world.
adventures serving gods who go too far.
Right. Why Relania ended up
Something
at
about my
the
sister's
Duke's mansion.
superpowered sister in another world or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's this one. My one hit kill sister.
Okay. Is that good?
I haven't watched
It's
that one.
basically
Okay.
in another world with my mom.
Oh, it's wild. Dead Mount Death Play, the aristocrats
Oh, this one looks interesting. Also,
adventure.
The Dangers in My Heart.
Huh.
That sounds like
And
a
then of
soap opera.
course, this is the one we're all been waiting for now. Kuma 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 Bear.
Absolutely.
Punchu.
Punch it.
Punch it.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, that reminds me. Yo, so Kenichi is bouncing to JP, and he was telling me that he's selling his gaming PC.
Huh?
And I don't know. I just wanted to mention it to you guys, just in case.
What platform is he using?
Windows, I think it was.
No, to sell his hardware.
Oh, word of mouth at the moment, because I don't know if anybody wants to buy it off him. So just yeah.
Do you guys have like a handle or something that we can direct our listeners?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Not yet.
Dang it. He needs a handle to send it,
True.
Full send.
Also, there's the Cafe Terrace and its goddesses. And there's also another one called Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury.
Season 2?
I don't know if it's a season 2 or not.
It has to be.
Vinland Saga season 2 as well.
My Home Hero, A Galaxy Next Door, Skip and Loafer.
Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. Is
Yeah, is that
returning.
is that good?
I liked it. I don't know why they can't. Oh, they canceled because of COVID, but
Maybe.
Boy.
Magical Destroyers, My Clueless First Friend.
You know what isn't here?
Uh-huh.
The Demon King Academy with Misfits. The Demon
Oh
King
yeah,
Academy.
well,
It
I
got
mean,
perma canceled, kind of like.
No, it's
kinda,
coming
right?
out, I think next season.
now that you guys mentioned it, what's it called? Lisa's had her first baby, bro.
Oh damn.
Who's the dad?
I have no clue. It should have been me. But no, I don't know. I have no clue.
Yeah, it sucks that I look up Lisa and the first thing is from I think Blackpink. It was her band. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I need the OG Lisa.
Nah, yo, the new Lisa's pretty dope too. She knows how to dance.
Boy.
Oh yeah, welcomes her first child.
Yeah, bro.
Her real name is
Dot.
imagine. Bro, I just had it here in the link.
Oh yeah.
Her
I mean-
husband, Tatsuhisa Suzuki.
What?
Is that someone familiar?
No, I don't. I just know her. I don't know her about her love life or anything like that.
Oh, isn't this the one that got canceled?
Probably, yeah. That dang. That's
Her
crazy.
real name is Risa Oribe.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's her real name.
And I shared you guys the link earlier this week regarding anime. What do you guys think about Ecchi Expo?
Yeah, I'm good off of that, my guy.
Damn
I
it.
told you, bro. Yeah, like I told you before, bro. It's like I'm thinking like it's gonna be like 10 guys for every one girl or something like that in that type of expo. That sounds like a sausage fest.
It sounds like a battle royale to me.
She has a translation on their Instagram post.
Oh,
I'd like to
yeah.
share some personal news that I recently gave birth to my first child. I'm back stronger than ever, so excited to continue making music for everyone. Thank you for all your continued support, and I promise I'll see you soon. Today's another great day.
Matane,
Excellent.
basically.
She doesn't say the name of the baby though. So.
I thought you did.
No, I said her real name.
Yeah.
Risa Oribe.
Oribe. Kind of sounds like horrible, but we don't want to say that.
Yeah.
And Risa.
Yeah.
Or Lisa.
No, Risa.
Risa.
Which, I mean, that makes sense because, you know, her name is Lisa, but, you know.
Yeah, because they don't pronounce the L's like we do in English.
They can't
But she's
catch
like, nah,
L's.
I'm a special exception.
Right.
But yo, I'm excited for One Piece because they're coming up
there we
to
what
to
about
the
the Attack
arc.
on Titan joint?
Nah.
Nah?
I
Not-
forgot that I started back up too. But One Piece, I'm excited because the manga is fire and they're finally catching up to the point where my guy just goes silly.
Oh, nice. He goes Looney Tunes.
Exactly.
What about My Hero?
Nah.
It finished. The season is
I
over
haven't
already.
even watched it, bruh.
Yeah,
catch up.
they hinted at the other hero. What's her name?
The
Stars and
US
Stripes.
hero. The US hero,
Yeah, Miss USA herself.
Miss America.
Isn't that like a beauty pageant though?
But she is Miss America with the superpowers.
Yeah,
I thought she was-
she's like the strongest
Miss
hero in
Universe.
America.
She is him, if you will.
She's him. Oh,
But what's it called? And then what sucks is that Black Clover is on hiatus till like the middle of May.
really?
Of this year?
Yeah. I'm like,
You-
bruh, I mean, I get the vacation, but like a warning, be like, hey, coming up,
Is it
we
because
have
he's sick?
vacation. I don't know. I didn't check up on it, but I know that in Viz Media, they said, I'll tell you right
He'd be
now,
on hiatus.
the next chapter won't be until May 21st.
Not even
Oh.
anime chapter.
Yeah, the manga.
They caught up with the manga at least in the anime? No, right?
They haven't even started back up. They're like a whole arc behind.
So they need to start animating. Then what's the reason on the anime? Is there a date for animation?
I can see.
I think it isn't.
Current release date. So it says Black Clover is coming back on the 16th of June 2023 when the spin-off movie Black Clover Sword of King will start airing on Netflix. Black Clover anime series has 3 so what about the anime? Oh, right now there's no plans.
See? Only the manga.
Wait, have you guys gone to the movie theater to watch that new
Oh, Susume?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I watched it.
How was it, bro?
Oh, it was good.
Like
Yeah,
compared to Your Name, is it better or worse?
I think it's up there with it.
Okay, because it's like kind of the similar premise, right? Like some sort of
Kinda,
like
because there's no
love-
time traveling in
Okay.
well, I watched this subbed,
Oh, okay.
but like it's a similar premise where they just start going out and exploring Japan.
Okay.
But except that this has a different. I think it's like something to do with closing doors.
I see.
But it was a good end. It was the animation was crisp. I
Yeah, I
saw
bet
the
it was.
crispiness of the fried egg. I'm like, oh,
Did you feel like
Yes.
you were about to take a
The
bite
fried
of
egg.
that
Exactly.
fried egg?
Yep.
Yes. Just needed some tortillas.
The fried egg, he says. The fried egg. The fried egg. The fried
no, but
egg.
the salmon as well.
Ooh, yes, I need that.
I'm like, damn, I need that too. I need everything they have in there. But I think the part that was kind of weird,
Yeah.
is that basically the couple or the two main characters that like each other. I mean, one was in college, and the other one was in like she was 16 basically.
Oh.
So I'm
Spicy?
like, there's a large age gap,
A spicy tuna roll, yes.
and it's kind of not legal.
Oh,
As he
man.
cuts off.
I mean, mind you, he does go off into like some kind of weird adventure. He's like, I'll be back when you're ready.
One day.
Mind you though. Can he get arrested though?
No, because I mean, most of the movie he was a chair.
Because it's
He was a chair.
Yeah, he was a chair. So
Yeah, no, I
any-
know that the three-legged
the
chair,
three-
right?
Yeah, so I was like, what are you gonna do? It's like, sir, we have pictures of you. I'll be like, well, that's a
we're gonna
chair.
sit on you.
mind you.
Well, she did sit on him.
Oh,
My
okay,
queen,
okay.
he would say.
Oh, hey now.
But I'm like, how nice are these people in Japan? She literally went all across Japan, most of it by just asking for rides and stuff. Like there was one where like it was a lady and her two, I think, twins.
Is this an animation or an IRL movie?
It's it takes place in Japan, so I was like, the depiction of Japan is actually real.
It's an animation though.
Yeah, but I'm like, bruh, come on.
Same thing over here. You can animate.
Like I said, all the surroundings and the environment, they're real.
You were immersed.
Exactly. But I'm like, how is it that like this girl, this 16-year-old girl, went from like a prefecture at the edge of Japan all the way to Tokyo by herself?
By asking for a ride.
Exactly. I'm like, this is where Pokemon comes in.
Oh, Ash.
But yeah, it was a good movie. You know, I like the animation of the chair and then the cat.
1 out of 10.
I would say it was probably like a 9. I liked it more than I expected.
Okay, cool. That's good information for us to know. Maybe we'll go and watch it ourselves.
Good.
Did you have it with snacks? With no snacks?
I had it with an IMAX.
Oh,
what? Oh, you just reminded me.
And I had it with popcorn and some M&M
menu change.
Some M&M peanuts.
Yes.
You guys heard that McDonald's are changing their menu again?
To what?
Really?
Yep.
I thought they just added a new mac sauce as a dipping sauce.
New stuff.
Like what? Do you have any examples?
Can you let's see. Gotcha. It was big thing. They tested it in Australia, but now they're testing it over here on the US.
That's weird. Why would they test it out in other countries before testing it out here?
See,
as you know, we the big boys. They gotta get ready. They gotta hype it up, and then they come and be like,
they're gonna open up in the beginning of May. They're gonna open up on the West Coast, like in Seattle, Oregon, and California.
Of course.
Ending now. Let's see. What's the new McDonald's 2023?
Like the whole menu?
23 with the
or like one or two items?
We're starting. Oh no! Come on. That's the price.
New items nationwide. That's the milkshakes, the ice cream. They're adding a new flavor to the broken ice cream machine.
As they should, yes.
What else?
And they're changing some stuff in the Big Macs and all those things of how they're gonna cook it. So it's not only that they're gonna be adding more ingredients, but they're gonna modify their cooking situation.
Right.
They're gonna let them cook a little bit more, and it's gonna get a little bit better. But
I hope they do.
I know that there's a lot of competition of McDonald's, and there's deservedly way better options. But if McDonald's invests a little bit more, would you come back to it?
What do you mean come back to it?
Who said I left?
Hey, I'm ordering McDonald's right now on DoorDash.
Like, who said I left?
I mean,
I like that, LA.
It's not an everyday option for me or anything like that, but yeah, I would also go for like a double core pounder with cheese, maybe some
or a Big Mac.
Only a double?
Yeah, or
2 doubles.
Some chicken nuggets, some McNuggets, or maybe some hash browns in the morning.
I'm loving it.
I'm telling you, that app that they have is really clutch, bro. Like, I definitely highly recommend to you using the McDonald's app.
Yeah, with the points. Yeah, get the free Big Mac.
I've been doing that for Dunkin' Donuts. I've been doing that for McDonald's, and I've definitely been doing it for Starbucks because I get the Delta miles.
Huh?
Yeah, you get Delta miles on Starbucks now.
Yes, yo. I'm having the best time of my life now.
I'll never hear living
with
the best life.
Starbucks. Hell yeah, yo.
Starbucks in hand.
Also, the Dunkin' Donuts app is really clutch because I'm getting, like, for the whole month of April, I was getting like I think it was like a $2 or $3 what's it called, a medium iced coffee or whatever. It was really good, like really clutch. On top of like everything else that I would order, like say if I want to like a breakfast sandwich or a donut or something like that, like and racking up the points, I can get like complimentary items like drinks and stuff. I tasted their their new what was it called? This like caramel or cold brew caramel chocolate drink. It was really tasty. And their cold brew is really good. Like I drink it like I usually drink all my coffees, no milk, no sugar. And it was really tasty. For the Starbucks though, the matcha lemonade, clutch, super tasty. That highly recommended. Where the hell were we?
Anime.
Yes,
I interrupted it with McDonald's. That was my fault.
So yeah, this Dr. Stone is dope.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I left off in the part where there's spoilers, where they're sailing on to get the new map
by Dr. Stone.
To get the new map. Remember that part where they unstoned that sailor guy?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's dope. I'm gonna probably, once we're off, I'm gonna probably watch either Demon Slayer, because my man Josue hyped it up OD right now. So I gotta watch that, and probably
the intro.
Yeah. Yo, come back. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Come back.
I'm ready. My body's ready.
Jose,
I hear it now. He going Hino Kami Kagura.
I heard you go like this, like like you left.
Oh. I felt like Ong the Airbender sign when he goes into his
into avatar mode.
Yeah, bro, that's how I felt right now.
into a creative mode.
That's right. That's right.
My guy is like Hino Kami Kagura. Waltz.
Yes.
Waltz. But yeah, no. With that, and did you guys finish which is guys the
Kuma Bear? Yes.
Eminence in Shadow. Alan, did you finish Eminence in Shadow?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Good. Hopefully it gets approved for 2 more seasons, I think.
Good,
right?
as they should. Have you been playing the game on the app game?
What, the Shadow game?
Yeah. It's kind of clunky. Okay, really clunky. All right.
Super clunky at this point.
Yeah, bro. But hopefully it'll get better, and it'll be a proper gacha game.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyone over here in the Genshin Impact?
Nah, just Edgar.
No,
I remember.
No, not me.
Not me neither. No. But I think with Genshin and the gacha polls, I think it's a good place to close the podcast. What do you guys think?
Cool. All right, buddy.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Yes.
Hino Kami Kagura.
And with that great line, dear listeners, you guys on YouTube, you dear listeners on Spotify, and all the different platforms, I want to extend a thank you to all for lending us your ears and your time, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Anything you guys want to say to the people?
Oh, good looking now, Marcos. Thank you so much, Josue. I will catch everyone on the next one.
Yes,
Stay frosty.
yes. No. Thank you for coming by. Have a nice day.